three, four, I presented 3 or 4 months ago. But I'm going to alter it a little bit. So we'll bring this back up. And what I'm going to be presenting today is a little bit about who I am, and then tips to improve your video quality. Now, this basically is geared towards you guys. I'm going to stop sharing. I want to see people's hands. Not Anthony, you're cool, you don't have to, but people that have access to your cell phone right now. If you do, just raise your hand and hold it up so I can get a count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's pretty much, yeah, everybody, except for one. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna turn my background off. Choose background, so you guys can see my junky. I don't think people realize how powerful this thing is. It does so much stuff, regardless of what type of phone you have. I want to just talk about the camera that takes pictures and video. This thing captures moments in time that we love to go back and share with our family, our friends. And what I'm going to try to get across today is the quality of how you take that photo is going to improve the relationship of the person that is viewing it, because people always love to share things. And when you have a photo that's taken a little bit better than just taking a photo, people will start to feel the emotion that's in that picture. So people don't treat these like the way they should be treated. And if you treat it the way you should treat it, your photos and your videos are going to turn out much better, because like iPhone, I don't know how much they are, 1,500, 1,800 bucks, whatever it is. If it's under, if it's 800, 600, doesn't matter. When you stop to take a photo and you look through it and you're looking at what you want to take a photo of, are they centered? Are they off center? Is the horizon off center? Just looking at it for a moment and saying, what does this picture look like, is going to drastically make your photos look much better. People will go, wow, they're a great photographer. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Let me get back to sharing here. But first, I want to talk about a little bit about myself and my business. I categorize my life in basically 4 areas. Well, one area is, I'm talking about business here. All started at Edmonds Community College, where I stumbled upon a graphic design class that just blew my mind. I went in for business management, took an elective in graphic design, and just fell in love with it. 2 or 3 years later, I was doing design for businesses around the area of Linwood. I was making 4-foot by 8-foot signs. I was instructionally assisting my design instructor. He would say, okay, JD, take it away. And he'd walk out. I'm going, wait a minute. And I would have to figure out what I'm going to teach. So he was a huge influence. He also helped me to get to SAIC, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. Applied, got accepted there, and lived in Chicago for 3 years. That was an incredible experience. Both the city, I'm a kind of a sheltered guy, and then now here I am alone in Chicago, and I had a male stalker, had been assaulted, had homeless people throwing change in my face. I mean, it was just, but then there was so much beauty and so much history to that city that it just really opened my eyes up to the possibilities of what there is if you just look at it, no matter where you are. It's incredible if you look that way. Came back, I had the privilege of getting hired at Chateau Ste. Michelle Winery. I worked there in their graphic design department for 11 years working on their labels and their labels, corks, keppels, shipper boxes. And if you don't know about Chateau Ste. Michelle or Ste. Michelle Wine Estates, they actually own, when I left in 2018, they own 40 different brands. So they own wineries, they create brands, they buy brands. Now you guys might have heard the latest, I think it was like maybe 3 weeks ago, Chateau Ste. Michelle is up for sale again. And it's even to the point of they might even parcel off that whole land area. So we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of years to, are they going to keep the chateau or is it going to be for businesses or whatever else? It's really weird. But which leads me to 2018 when I left Ste. Michelle to start my own creative brand marketing business. This has been an incredible experience. I had no idea the journey that this would take me on. I just wanted to get out of the stress of Ste. Michelle. People don't understand when you come to the winery, so pleasant, it's beautiful, but what's going on behind the scenes? It's a beautiful company, beautiful industry, the people are beautiful. But when we had purchased in, I think it was 2012, by a tobacco company, East Coast Tobacco Company, they saw our mission statement and said, hey, these guys can make us some money. They said, we want you to reach these numbers. It got really stressed out. It's too much. So I jumped ship to start my own business. And man, I tell you what, the people make the difference and the quality of your life. It's absolutely amazing. I was sitting down at Chateau Ste. Michelle behind my desk for literally same desk from day one, 11 years. And I didn't go up and really socialize very much. I had too much work to do. Now I'm meeting people with fascinating stories. They hire me to do these incredible projects. I get to the privilege of listening to them and bring out things out of them that they didn't even see. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so now it's a little bit about me. To get into you guys with your phone, these are 6 things. I want to talk about 1, 2, 3, and 5. 4 and 6 we don't need to talk about. Treating your camera, your phone, like a camera, like an expensive camera, is going to help immediately you guys take better photos and videos. Now, there's something in that everybody has on their phone, and that's this little tic-tac-toe pattern that you can have whenever you turn your camera on. It's going to be there. That is called, I'm going to skip down, but that's called the rule of thirds. What people do, I'm going to stop share here. What people do when they take a picture almost every time is they put their phone up in this orientation and take the shot and they're done. But what I want to challenge you on is, what are you going to use with that? Could it be something that you post to YouTube? Could it be something that you post to Facebook? Is it going to go on Instagram? Or is it just something you're going to show with your family members or friends? Thinking about the ending of what you're going to show it, how you're going to show it, will determine if you turn it this way or you turn it horizontally. If you're going to do video, people do video like on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, it's vertical. This really drove me crazy. It's like, video is horizontal, guys, come on. But Instagram really kind of changed that. So I got over it, okay? But thinking about how you're going to show it is going to help you with how people receive that. If you're going to be posting stuff on Instagram and you take a picture like this, it's going to be pretty small. So you got to think about that. But when you think about the format and you think about what you're taking, your little kid, whatever else, think about the rule of thirds. Put your subject in one of those corners with the tic-tac-toe pattern. There's 2 lines, horizontal and 2 vertical. Put them in one of those corners or one of those lines, and your photos, your videos are going to improve drastically. People are going to go, wow, look at that. Everybody, almost everybody, will put the phone up to their face, take a picture. The subject is right in the center of the camera, the picture. If you put them over to the side, that's already making your photos stand out from so many other people's photos. That's going to make people stop and look just a little bit more. If it's vertical or a horizontal landscape, you have so much information that people get to just get lost in and look around and see whether it's a photo or a video. And I'll get to the video in a sec. When you take a photo and you have your subject on a third over here, you have all this space that people get to see the subject on the side, and then they get to kind of just wander around and look in that photo to see what's going on. Yeah, BV, prime example. We see BV and then we enter into his office and we get to see what's going on back there. That's a story that people get to get lost in. It's not just, him in the middle of the screen. So with video, when people turn their videos or their phones this way and they hit record, they see a lot of stuff at the top of the screen and the bottom of the screen that really has nothing to do with the story that you're trying to tell. Even if you don't think you're telling a story, there's a reason why you picked up your phone and you're hitting the record button. And that's because you're feeling the moment. When you stop and think about who is going to see this, I want them to experience what I'm feeling right now. That's going to help people. That's going to help you to orientate your phone in the landscape or portrait. And it's going to help you to say, well, okay, what else is going on around them that's going to help us to get more involved with what you're shooting. If you take your camera and you hit record video like this, a lot of the stuff above and below, it doesn't matter, but what's going on behind, because people are typically not looking around this way when they're looking at a subject. But when you look at the subject and you get to see what's around them, you're giving the viewer of your video a little bit more dialogue with what they're watching. It gives them something to think about. When it's vertical, there's a lot of stuff here and here, and we don't get this. We don't need to see that. And what people end up doing is doing this. And if you watch videos of people doing that, it makes you sick. Plus, you want them to slow down and stop. Let me look at what's going on. So even if you take your video or your phone and you put it this way, pan slowly so people get to look at what's going on. People think that this is way too slow, but really it's more natural and calming to the person that's watching that video. And they're more apt to continue watching because they're getting the more sense of what's going on around them, which adds to the story. So rule of thirds, landscape, make sure it's horizontal, or that it's the horizon line is level. You see a lot of pictures that they're like this. That's amateur. It's just one more aspect. When you stop and say, okay, before I hit the button to record this, is it level? Is it rule of thirds? And let the person that's going to be watching this explore a little bit in your video. That right there is going to help every single person's business on what they do. I consult on people and helping them record their own videos. I also do videos for businesses, but one of the things I do is help them so that video is huge. People like to see behind the scenes what's going on. And when you can take better video or pictures for yourself and your business and what's happening, that's going to help, you post to your social media channels. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. What I would like everybody in here to do is I want you to write in the chat, I want you to write your name, and I want you to write your email address and make sure it's spelled correctly. Everybody right now, give you 20 seconds to go ahead and do that, because I'm going to give you an assignment. I'll let you, I'll tell you once we get everybody's name. So there's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, or 17 people. Some people are driving. So you guys will have to get that to me later. And some people, okay, Anthony, yeah. I'll see who's there.
JD, a question when you're ready.
Yes, yeah, fire away.
So if I want to post to both YouTube and Instagram, do I want to just settle for portrait or for landscape?
That's a great question. My answer would be who is basically your target market, who's going to be watching the most visibility, and use that one. But that's a good question.
That's going to be YouTube, and this is a little longevity crowd, so it might be different than TikTok.
Yeah. Everybody is posted. Just show of hands, that because I don't want to go through all of them. Yeah, good. Okay. What your
Andy, can I ask a real quick question too?
Yeah, of course.
With some limitations I have you ever used is there such a thing as a remote to turn my camera, to take the stop and start of my camera on my phone?
Cameras do have that capability. Some cameras don't, and it depends on what version of phone you have. But there are devices that you can sync up Wi-Fi to your camera that allows you to push a button and take a picture.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Thanks.
Yeah, Linda, I have a selfie. I never use it, but I have a selfie stick that has Bluetooth capability, so I can take a video. You just hit the button on the selfie stick, so you're not screwing around with the phone.
Yep,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
It wasn't very expensive on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are.
Oh,
There are
good. Oh, good.
those are great questions. So your assignment is before Friday is I want you guys to take a horizontal, not vertical, a landscape video, 5 to 10-second video with be thinking about the theme of business. That's a wide open thing. It can be you at your office, take a video of your office, your desk. It can be people that you work with. It could be them. It can be your commute to work. Be safe, don't record while you're driving, but it can be a feeling that you get while you're at work. It's really open, but I want everybody to take a 5 to 10-second video, and I'm going to email everybody that's here today a Dropbox link where I want you to upload those videos by Friday. So you have an assignment. I want you all to do it. I am going to create a video, an NLWBC video that's going to have your videos in there. And I'm going to show you the power that you have. Music, I didn't even get into music, but music is emotion, and emotion adds so much to your video. But I'm going to create that. I'm going to be going on vacation Friday for that next week, but I'll be getting back to it that following to make the video. So you got a couple weeks until you see something, but it's going to be fun, you guys. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited, and everybody who's not here is going to be so jealous. Oh my god!
That's right. See, they miss out.
See?
Any more questions you have? If not, I'm gonna give it over to BV.
Yeah, I have a quick question, JD.
Yeah.
Do you have if you're doing a social media video, primarily Instagram, and do you have, I haven't, and admittedly, I haven't really figured it out, but is there a preferred program, app, whatever, to add music? Or is that something that's right in Instagram already?
I also don't know about Instagram having a music library. I know that
Okay.
YouTube does. Your video editor on your phone that comes with your phone, I think there
Yeah.
should be something, should
Okay.
have something where you can add music, and they typically will have a short stock amount.
Right. Yeah. I think you can get something that'll give you more variety. I think I've tried to screw around with it and haven't quite
Yeah.
found the right thing,
And-
but yeah. Okay.
And that's the thing is that, you know, if you don't do it often,
Right.
it's tough to do your own video. But once you do it, you get a couple of videos out there that you post, and it can be very simple as taking a 15-second video if you're walking around some real estate that you're going to be selling or moving, having family move in, 15-second, adding a song to it and then uploading it.
Yeah.
You do that 2-3 times, you get this burst of, hey, I can do this. And then you continue to do it. And the more videos that you post, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, you'll start to get a following, and people want to see more of that because people connect to you and what you're doing, and it's huge. So
Thank you.
Yep. That's kind of a long story to your question, but yeah. And I'm you guys reach out to me if you have any quick questions, and I'll do the best I can to answer anything. So thank you all for listening. I'm looking forward to seeing the video, your guys's clips. It's always fun to see, and then we'll go from there.
All right, nice job. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, JD.
Thank you.
Shake and Bake has to leave in 1.5 minutes. Wait, let me stop share. Stop. Steve, you got anything to